it's in the neighborhood. Anyways, welcome to my Geopolymer lab. Bruce here. Hashtag SEETHEFOREST. Got a couple experiments going. Where'd my little pan go? Yes, here it is. Nice, got that siren going, huh? Anywho, this is my experiment from yesterday. Hey, that actually set up pretty darn good. A little bit crumbly. Wow, the center of that's pretty. That's where the water. Wow, that was just a clump. It's pretty good, not bad. All right, so in this red Solo cup here, it is clear. It's clear now. Anyways, that is 91 grams of sodium silicate. This is it right here. Floor sealer. To that was added 17 grams of this right here, 100% lye drain cleaner. And that was made yesterday, 24 hours ago. And we're going to mix that with my clay substrate today and try to see if we can get a polymer. I took some of it yesterday while I was making it and dribbled just a little bit on there and put a drop of water on it. It did kind of rock that up pretty good, but it's still a little crumbly. It needs to be kind of mixed in, I think, a little bit. This is the sodium silicate just mixed with the mud and stuck on there. By mud, I mean my clay, this stuff here, this shell clay. It's as close as you can get really to clay in Florida, but see, there's little chunks of seashell in there too, so it's got a little bit of aggregate there actually. And this is all dried out. This is got a little lime added into it, I think, maybe. Oh, and some wood ash. I was using some wood ash. So all of my initial ingredients were pretty spot on. Wood ash, which is how they make lye, I believe. And, the lime and the components. So we're going to make a little more mixing here today and see if I can get this to be actually a geopolymer. Alright, I got gloves on. Oh good, I can still work the camera. Okay, here I dug through. This is my medium, my material that I'm going to be making. It's shell. It's very fine. Got a few roots still in there. I went through and picked out. But here's a little piece, and there's probably some better chunks in there, but this is the only one I could find. This is a chunk of the clay. And by clay, I mean you can mold it. You can smash this out nice and flat, make a little pancake out of it, and see, it doesn't fall apart. It doesn't crumble. I mean, you can kind of crumble it up, but it's very, very much clay. Very high clay content. But most of it is, most of it is pretty crumbly like that. Some of it is the clay, though, actual clay. Now, if you pay close attention to some of the other videos, I'll try to put some links in the description down there where you can see. They were saying use distilled water. Now, I used all my distilled water on something else, so I'm just going to use regular, cheap bottled spring water, which I think ancient people probably would have had. Spring water. That clay is really cool. I gotta see if I can find some pockets of that and collect up a little bit of that somewhere out there. I think they dug this up out of the bottom of the lake out where I found this. Okay, so to the mixing. I don't really, at this point, I'm just gonna kind of, still some roots in there. I'm just gonna kind of do a volume thing. Oops, that looks like plenty. Take a little bit of that back out. It's not real scientific at this point. I just want to saturate this with my kicker solution here, which again is 91 grams of sodium silicate, 17 grams of the drain cleaner, And we're going to mix that up. And see, there is aggregate in there. I'm kind of, instead of doing a sand and three-part, I'm just kind of doing a two-part here. Some more of the roots. So maybe three-part with all the roots in there. Okay, so we're just going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to mix this in slowly until it gets kind of, I don't know how much I'm going to need. Using an actual paint stick here, so it looks pretty lab-like. Here, let me use two hands on this, and I think I'm going to need a little bit more. Might need all of this for that. I should have started with a smaller amount of clay. And if I get too much of it, ooh, that might be too much. Let me mix this up good. Well, there's about a minute of mixing. Man, that stuff's pretty awesome. Well, what's going on with my light? That stuff's really, and zero slump. You can like stack it up. You can pile. I don't know why I don't have quite enough light, I guess, and the dark and the white background here is a problem for my phone. Anyways, and it looks pretty good. It's a little bit thick and doughy there. I'm going to add just a little bit of the water. Like it said, I think that's, you need the, whoa, jeez, spilled water all over. Just a little bit of water. I don't want to go too much. It's kind of like mixing pizza dough. You want to add a little bit at the end there. A little bit more than that, but you don't want to go, oop, that might be too much. You can always throw a little more clay in there. That might be good. The mixing is pretty important too. I think you really, if you should have got something with a lid on it, like this other container I got over here, put the lid on there and shake it up in there. Would be the easiest way to mix it. Ooh, this is looking pretty good though. Looks a little thinner. And I think that water is, I think that water's going to help with the kick, with the catalyzing the catalyst action. I'm going to put a little more water and mix this up. All right, well, man, that stuff is, let's see if we can, there we go. Like a little Puma Punko block there. Look at that. Or one, not which Puma Punko? Yeah, one of those Indian. Look at that. You can just mold that stuff around there. Oops, let me get a good shot of it. Just paint stick and make a nice little beveled corner there. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Level off the top. Nice and flat, look at that. Almost like it was machined. Well, if this sets up, this is going to be amazing. Yeah, I think I discovered a couple things. Yeah, this is how you soften rock. This is soft rock right here. And the other thing I wondered, there, good, finally the air conditioner shut off. If this was done by humans and they had quote-unquote soft rock or concrete or cement or something, why wouldn't you see handprints in there? Why wouldn't you see something somewhere, so a handprint, a footprint, some kind of print? Well, the answer to that is, and you see I'm wearing gloves, this stuff's got a lot of lye in there. You don't want to put your hand in this. You don't want to touch it. You want to, it's got to set up. And even then I'm not so sure, but there's probably 8 or 10 grams of lye in that little block right there. So I don't think it would be good to what's the matter, girly? Bugs after you? You got something? My dog's over here running around freaking out. What are you doing, girly? What's the matter? You okay? You good? Alright. But yeah, it's very easy to mold, form. I could, if I had more of that, I could stack that up probably 6-8 inches. And so we're going to give it a while to harden, and I'll give you another update. But yeah, there's my first attempt at geopolymer. 2 ingredients, or 3 ingredients, actually. Cut. What are you doing over